Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We're here in Brands Hatch in one of the best tracks ever made. Absolutely adore this track, and we are testing out the bonus DLC pack 13 bike, which is the Paton 500cc Bicilindrica. Now this is the first time I'm going to be experiencing this motorcycle, and I gotta say it's one of those classic retro ones from 1969, and I do like the difference in trying something new, and it certainly feels very fresh. Something new, something different. I actually like this bonus pack because it's something different that I wasn't expecting. Usually we're just getting 600cc, 1000cc motorcycles, so it's nice to chuck a really retro bike here in Ride 4. And of course you've got 5 different categories in the sense of, in the career mode you've got 5 different races to compete with this bike as well, and some of the older style bikes as well. But of course I'm doing the first one, which is Brands Hatch, part of the career mode, and of course it's absolutely raining, so typical Brands Hatch, typical England. But I gotta say I'm rather pleased and rather proud to be playing Ride 4 once again. Of course Ride 4 doesn't get as much content as it used to do, of course, on the channel. When it first started it was very, very hectic on the channel for Ride 4, but now we've decided to expand, maybe not so much Ride 4 content, and with that in mind, the actual DLC for Ride 4 is coming to an end. This is the last of 3. There'll only be 2 more Ride 4 DLC packs now, 1 more premium pack and 1 final bonus pack, which will be DLC pack 14. Not sure what the bike is going to be for that one, but we have a naked Japanese bikes, naked Japan style I think it's called. The next one is out on the August the 19th, and the final pack will be on the 31st of August, and that will be it. No more Ride 4 DLC. And honestly, I didn't see it coming. I knew it was going to be coming sooner or later, and we would find the end of an era in the sense of Ride 4. We know with the legendary, the greatest of all time, Valentino Rossi has called it quits at the end of this season. He is retiring. Is effectively Ride 4 going to be retiring as well? Hopefully not. I certainly won't be retiring from it. I have plenty more races to be done, plenty more career mode objectives to complete, and I still need to get level 5 affinity with pretty much all of the DLC bikes. So we'll see how things go, but for the time being, loving Ride 4, as you know. I'm still enjoying it very much. MotoGP 21 has been where my heart has been recently, so it's probably much due to the career mode and how intense the whole career mode experience has been for me, commentating them and obviously playing the games as well. But Ride 4, if the AI difficulty was a little bit higher and the risk of maybe losing to the AI was a little bit more common, then I'd probably be a bit more inclined to play it more often, but unfortunately AI difficulty is just too low in Ride 4. In MotoGP 21 they have it perfect. In MotoGP category itself, very, very competitive on 120% difficulty. Here on 120% difficulty, not so much. It's a little bit lax, you know. I'm starting from the back of the grid on every single race, and I've probably beaten them all by the penultimate lap, but here we are now into lap 2, going on to the right hand side for Sheens. Getting very close there to Victor Yepes. We finally take over into 4th position, but now it's a case of just using the speed of this wonderful Paton 500cc motorcycle, and it certainly caught me by surprise because I wasn't familiar with this motorcycle, so this is my first time experiencing it and even seeing it at all. And I gotta say, it's a bloody brilliant bike, because we get a wonderful drift there going into the Clark curve. I thought that was very impressive from even as DrAce's standards as we dive past Chang Yuhan. But one thing to mention actually with this new motorcycle, I couldn't find a way to customise any livery as well. Goodness me, I thought Chang Yuan was going to dive up on the inside there and take our position away from us, but thankfully didn't end up doing it. He might have the inside line for the right-hander here in Druids, and there he is again, pushing me wide. Look how I tried to use a bit of rear brake there just to avoid him touching the back of me. But getting back to where my point was, is I couldn't find a way to customise the livery on this particular motorcycle. I'm not sure if they've taken that feature away for this particular bike. They did the same for the BMWs. You can't actually manipulate any of the customization in the sense of livery for the BMWs, and I do believe that's due to a licensing issue. I cannot remember if the other Paton bike is eligible for customization as well. I don't believe it is, but I'm not too sure. I can't really remember. So maybe it's something to do with Paton, I'm not entirely sure. But now we have Isaac Burns and Brianna Timberlake to chase down. We have the British rider, and of course the Canadians. We now dive on the inside of Isaac Burns, Mr. Burns. Simpson-y. We make a move up on the inside of him as I do a random Mr. Burns impression just during video. I don't think I've ever done a Mr. Burns impression during mid-video, but there you go. Mr. Burns is here. Mr. Burns is staying ace as we go into the left-hand side for Sterling's. because we now only have 2.5 laps to go, or 2 lap and 1 corner, to try and defeat Brianna Timberley in one of my most revered tracks of all time. I absolutely adore Brands Hatch, and it's now approaching 10 to 3 p.m. with 26 degrees. The rain is still coming down very, very heavily. The heavens have well and truly opened here in Brands Hatch as we go onto the right-hand side, trying to pursue Brianna Timberley. So going into the paddock hill bend, a little bit wide there, not as smooth as I would have wanted, as this battle will commence now, going into the right-hander of DrAce. Nice and tight to the apex compared to Brianna Timberley's little bit wide line there. She's wearing the Ixon leathers versus Spiddy leathers is what I'm wearing right now. I do love the difference in styles and amount of sort of liveries you can have in Ride 4. A little bit wide going onto the green there, but thankfully no penalty timer was awarded as we go onto the left-hand side for Surtees. Nice and tight to the apex if we can, or get right into the rear. Ooh, a little bit of an acceleration issue from my part, being a little bit too greedy, a little bit too eager, as we now get alongside Brianna Timberley. Timberley versus Grant. Who is it going to be? Who's going to be stronger on the brakes going into the right-hander? Timberley takes over at the front into the Hawthorne bend. Brilliantly done there from the Canadian lady. Do we have a chance now to go up on the right-hand side here for the next corner? Not quite. Up into the right-hander, not quite good enough. We got a little bit out of shape there on the brakes, trying to defend ourselves against Brianna Timberley, but can we go around the outside now? Going into the right-hand side, very tight to the apex there. That is wonderfully done for Sheens, and we've lifted Brianna Timberley up. Grant has taken over the lead. In fact, it's not even Grant, it's DrAce. If you're wondering why I'm referring to Grant, it's because that's a MotoGP. I'm so used to saying my name in MotoGP, but for the time being, that could be it. Now it's the time for just chuck in those fast lap times. Oh, Brianna Timberley up in the inside. What a move! Didn't even see that coming. Lord almighty. That caught me out. Caught me off guard. I sat up in my seat. Lord almighty, goodness me. The Canadian lady went all gung-ho in that corner then, but is she all mouth and no trousers? Is she going to be able to fight back? For the time being, it looks like she can. That was a wonderful move going into the right-hander there, but now it's time to get aggressive with Brianna Timberley. We have now retaken the lead and going into DrAce in first position, and Brianna Timberley again. The Ride 4 AI have been ignited as contact has been made once again. This rivalry is just blown up out of nowhere as two people going absolutely gung-ho in this particular Grand Prix. More contact there, and now Chang Yuan has decided to join the fight. He's put himself up into second position. Is the Chinese man going to get involved as well? There he is, tapping up at the inside. What has happened in this Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen? Everyone's just going absolute heck to the handbasket. Nobody cares about anything anymore. Nobody's bothered about teamwork, respect, or anything like that. It's simply men and women battling it out for the best possible position to be acquired here in Brands Hatch. Goodness me, I was not expecting this. Now, if only Ride 4 races in general were like this one, I'd probably play it a heck of a lot more. But going into the Westfield Vend, navigated pretty well. We have a half a second lead, but with a tenth of a second penalty, so we'll only have to win by a couple of tenths of a second. But there's another mistake in the right hand side just before Sheens we went, but unfortunately that has now given him 2.5 tenths of a second gap to Chang Yuan. Am I going to get disappointed here on this bonus pack 13 DLC? I hope not. It's not very often I will lose a race in Ride 4. My streak is over, of course, after the live stream a couple of weeks ago where I messed up in the Nordschleife after I did 15 laps there, but we're not messing up here today. Full acceleration out the Clark Hill bend, and now it is to go across the line, and we have taken another victory, but this time on the Paton 500cc Bicilindrica from 1969. So guys, hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. If you did, like, comment and subscribe, and of course hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. Check out my other content if you enjoy my other style, and I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.